Morning everybody, you are back live here with the crew in the trailer again today. Sorry, it's kind of windy outside today and my mics were picking it all up, and honestly you don't really want to hear that, do you? Okay, it's come to my attention this week that everybody has decided that you have to buy XRP through institutional buyers, banks, financial organizations, all have to buy it through Coinbase. I've talked to like 5 people this week and they all tell me the same story. I don't watch a lot of other XRP YouTubers, so I guess that must be the story of the week. I don't know. I sort of did a little background and I looked it up, and it was something about Jimmy was talking about. Brilliant man. Love you, Jimmy. I consider him a friend. He and I communicate, and we will be doing shows together in the future. I'm not trying to say that I know anything compared to what Jimmy Valley knows, because that's absolutely not the case. The man knows more about law, forgotten more about corporate law than I'll ever know in my lifetime. Having said that, something about a Schedule D or a D form that wasn't filed that institutions won't be able to purchase. U.S. corporations won't be able to institutionally buy. They'll have to buy retail. Probably. That's probably what the law says, and it's probably what... Anyway, let me tell you a fun story or two that I know about this kind of stuff. I have a lot of background in this area, and I'm going to tell you how. 20 years ago, okay, 20 minis, I was crossing through the Panama Canal. I know, you're thinking, how does that have anything to do with banking? I was going through the Panama Canal, and when you're a boat and you're trying to cross through the canal, one of the biggest things that you have to do is you have to sit on either side waiting, because they like to put you with other boats or ships and they stack you up so it's the most efficient process. They make the most money, and it priority goes to like big freighters and oil freighters and all those kind of things. So when the traffic slows, yachts and boats get to go through. So typically in the middle of the night. You're not here for that story. You can't believe how bored you can get in a little town. Now, I'm talking about the Caribbean side, which is a little town called Cologne. It doesn't smell like that. Cologne, I don't know. I haven't been there in 20 years, so I don't know if it's cleaned up its act. Was absolutely a riot zone when I was there. I was told not to go to town, and it was the middle of the day. It's like, what are you talking about? I've been all over the world. I've seen a bunch of really rough places, and they're like, no, you're the wrong color. You should not go into this town, period. And if you do, stay with your cabbie and don't ever leave the cabbie, and make sure he gets out of the car and walks in the store with you everywhere you go. I didn't necessarily believe it until I got in town and driving around, and there's literally apartment buildings that you're driving by and there's flames coming out of it in the middle of the day and no fire department. And you're like, wow. And cars where the tires are burning in the road and you just drive around them. And I was thinking, did they have a war here? Is this, what's going on? And the cabbie told me, you know, politics and things get crazy and then it settles down and then it gets crazy again. I'm like, wow, that's nuts. So this particular trip took us quite a long time to be waiting for our pass through the canal. So I do what I always do, or often do when I'm stuck in a town. I got a guide, and I said, I want to just go back in the jungle and really check some stuff out. And so I hired a kid, a young man, and I do this often no matter where I go. I highly recommend it. If you're ever in a port, anywhere where there's a cruise ship, get as far away from the cruise ship as humanly possible, and then you'll have yourself a wonderful experience. The other is a money grab, and it's a mess. But anyway, that's my traveling wisdom for you this morning. On with the story, Alan. So, I'm driving in a golf cart, and we're going through this tiny little, really nice area, and it's part of the port, and the port is mostly Chinese. Go figure. And this is 20 years ago. So you're going through this port, and all of a sudden we come up over this ridge, and as far as you can see, it's an industrial park. I'm talking a mile long of building after building after building after building. And I was looking at that, and I was like, I stopped the guy that was driving me to go pick up the guide. I said, oh, stop. Wait a minute. What the hell is this? He said, oh, yeah, this is all the corporations. This is all corporations here own all these. And I'm like, what? Going on? Okay. So as we're driving through this park, we drove right through the center of it. Each placard about every other building, or every other building, Walmart, O'Reilly Auto Parts, whatever, GE, bicycle companies, every company in America that you can imagine. Cosmetics, all of it have their own little door. And some of them would have like 5 placards on one door. Okay. So I said, buddy, you got to stop. I want to talk to some of these people. I'm an economist. I've always been an economist by trade. I was born that way. So I got to talk to one of these people in the office. He laughs and he goes, there's nobody in there. There might be a secretary. There might be something, but no, this is all fake. I said, what? What are you talking about? And then the light bulb went off. And I thought, oh, right. I got it. So Walmart, listen to this, guys. You're going to love this. So anti-American, but really it's institutional business. So they buy a toaster from China out of the Walmart office. I'm not throwing Walmart under the bus. It's everybody does this. So they buy the toaster, technically, from that office in Panama. They pay $10 for the toaster. Okay? From China. Never gets off the ship. They sell it to corporate in California or Long Beach or wherever it's getting unloaded, Walmart, for $20. Maybe even more. They sell it at the store for $30 to you. Maybe more. So you say, well, I don't understand. What do you mean? Why would Walmart make money off its own toaster? Well, it's showing that it paid $10 for it instead of paying $20 for it. It's essentially $10 tax-free toaster. I know it doesn't sound right and it doesn't sound good. But the bottom line is Walmart, any company, shouldn't keep using their name, sells that toaster and says they paid $20 for it here in the US. So when they only sell it for $30, they only claim they made $10 of profit on it. And in fact, they have damaged product, they have markdowns, and it goes all the way down to, well, we only made $2 or $3 on that. So they're only paying tax on half of what they're actually selling here in the US. Tax-free over there. Now, they may have some tariffs with China, but the bottom line is they really paid $10 for it, and they really made $20 on each toaster. And 10 of it was tax-free. You understand what I'm saying here? Okay. So it's easy for them to say they lost because, shoot, we had to mark all those toasters down to $20 and when they actually doubled their money and didn't pay any tax on it. That's how corporations work. Anyway, it's a foreign world to most of us, but you and I are starting to smarten up. We're starting to get better with how the economies work around the world. And I thought you guys might enjoy that little story. Now, there was a story a couple of years ago where there was a man by the name of Jamie Dimon who came out and he said that, oh, I would never allow any of my employees to purchase Bitcoin, trade Bitcoin, or interact with Bitcoin whatsoever. Well, the bottom line is, it wasn't 24 hours before people were reporting that his offices in Geneva, okay, and many other locations around the world had been trading and working in Bitcoin for many, many, many months. And he said he would fire any employee that he knew of that was trading or working in his brokerage being New York City. You get the point. He's not lying. He's just telling a white lie, if you will. Okay, so let me just put this story to rest here. B of A is not going to buy XRP on Coinbase. Goldman Sachs is not buying XRP, okay, on Coinbase or Binance. I'm just telling you, whoever keeps spreading that rumor, that's inaccurate. They have offices all over the world. It's legal, every country except here, to buy it institutionally. What do we know about XRP? It's excellent at cross-border payment, cross-border movement. They're going to have their office in Spain or in UK or anywhere else. And what can they do? They send it to their wallet here. You understand? You see how you see when you see the world the way I do economically, and somebody tells me that story. The very first time I heard that story, I was like, the wheels started turning. I said, there's something wrong with this story, and I can't put my finger on it. But that's not accurate. There's absolutely no way B of A would pay retail price for XRP. That's not what they're going to do. They're going to at least buy it over the counter, but they can't institutionally buy it because of this form that has, Form D or whatever it's been called, has not been filed in an appropriate amount or a manner or in time. I get that. I understand that. But let's remember, guys, they play by a different rule book than you and I. Is it fair? No. Is it honest? No. Is it corporate? Yes. Do they all do it? Of course. Does that mean you and I shouldn't incorporate and do the same? That's exactly what that means. And that's exactly why you're on this channel, is because in the future, that's exactly what we plan on doing. You're going to find ways to create your own business, your own accounts, your own LLCs. Is it cheating? No. Is it shady? Maybe. I mean, if you want to be rah-rah patriotic to people who are spending your money frivolously and ridiculously and buying bombs to go kill people in other countries, then you would say, oh, well, you're not being very patriotic, Alan. You're not paying the full amount of tax in which you should be. You're just not honest and you're not a good American. Well, there's that. If that's the way you feel about things, then maybe then you should, do whatever works best for you and your conscience. I just had to talk about this because everybody keeps telling me the same story over and over again. And please trust me, they have offices around the world. They have accounts all around the world. They're going to buy with those accounts. And it's as easy as sending it from one phone to another, guys. We know that. It's a cross-border payment. Boom. I just had to get that off my chest. I'm sorry it took so long, but I hope you guys got something from that. I hope a light bulb went off with you, because you need to slowly understand the asset in which you purchased, its usability, its fungibility. It's incredible. This technology is liquid. ODL, guys, on demand. It's anywhere, anytime, and they're going to use it, and they're going to use it to exploit things. They're not going to use it to entrap themselves and have to pay double for it. That's not how it's going to operate. Does that mean that the retail price isn't going to go up? No, of course the retail price is going to go up. As you and I know, it is in limited supply. And when it is transacted, that there is a burn rate. Ever so small, but there is a burn rate. And I believe it's over 40 billion of them are locked up, as we know. And so there is some 50 billion in liquidity currently. Okay. So anyway, I hope you guys got something from that. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, please like and subscribe. I always forget to ask that. And at the end of the video is when I'm supposed to do that, because you must have liked the video if you got this far. We bought the right asset, guys. We have the whole world coming to us. And I'm going to do another video very soon about something that I have to tell you guys a story about because it's hilarious. And it happened to me just the other day, and it's good fun. And I love you guys all very much, and I am out. So I'm driving home, and I pass this car with its blinkers on. And it's middle of nowhere where I live, and I'm thinking, they didn't get out and wave. And I was driving by, and it was going for a while, and I thought, I better turn around and go see if those folks are okay, because there's no cell service where they are. So I turn around, and I pull up, and the gentleman gets out of the car, and he says, "Oh, I was hoping somebody would stop. I need a lift to town." And I said, "Well-dressed man, nice car." And I thought, "Yeah." I go, "What? Are you okay? How's your car?" And he said, "I ran out of gas." "Oh, sure, of course. Do you have a gas can?" No, no gas can. "Do you have cash or something?" Yeah, no problem. "Oh, okay." So I drive the man up the road to the gas station. We have one little town, little country store. Doesn't have any gas in it. Gas station's clear on the other end of town, which is 20-minute drive from where he's at. I get to talking to the guy. And you know who he is? I love Universe. He's a broker. I said, "Oh, that's interesting. What broker? Are you a real estate broker? What brings you out here?" He said, "No, my kids are looking at buying a place out here, but no, I actually trade cryptocurrencies. Maybe you've heard of them." No, I don't know the first damn thing about them. Wait till I tell you guys a story about that conversation. I love this world we live in.